Welcome, class of 2028. We're excited that you're finally here. This is Career Orientation, hosted by the Career and Professional Development Center. So I'm going to introduce you to the team. Amber is the person that you've been receiving emails from to get you up to this point in watching these videos. Amber is your employer relations specialist. So she will be helping you identify employers, bringing employers to campus or hosting virtual sessions, and creating job and internship opportunities with those employers. So if you have employers of interest, please let Amber know so she can start to work on seeing if we can get you internships and jobs. So she's a huge Stephen King fan. So if you love that genre, please talk to her. She will be more than happy to talk to you about books. She's also an accomplished author, and her stories have been turned into various podcast stories. So that's exciting for those of you that are interested in writing. She's from San Diego, went to San Diego State. So if you're looking for places to hike, which is what she loves to do, please reach out to her and she'll be happily to give you some tips. Laura is your senior career consultant. She is your go-to person for resumes, cover letters, salary negotiations, interviews, everything related to helping you land that job offer or internship offer. She loves to volunteer with the Surfrider Foundation and the food bank. So if you're looking for volunteer opportunities, please reach out to her. Martha is the newest member of the team, but you will know her from the admissions process, most likely. So she helped you get into GPS. She's been in facilities and admissions for the last year and is now 100% on the careers team, and looking forward to helping you. She'll send out newsletters, working on being the guru for GPS careers and the job board, social media. She's from the UK, so if you're interested in traveling there or eventually working there, she will be happy to talk to you about life in the UK. I am Stephanie, the director of the careers team. Otto is the furry one on the screen. He comes in a couple of days a week. So if you need cuddles missing your fur baby, please stop by and see Otto. He's happy to give you a lick. My husband teaches over in the Urban Studies and Planning department, so he drops Otto off on his way to class. If you're looking at being a TA, that's also a great place to be able to be a TA. I love to travel. And while you were here, my schedule is already set for France for winter break, South Africa in May, Antarctica and Buenos Aires next winter break, and then the Baltic Sea in May of 28. So I also went to the University of Tennessee. Go Vols. So I want to describe our degree programs so that you know who you're sitting next to as you go through your 2 years here. So we have a 4+1 program where students in their senior year are both completing those classes as well as starting at GPS. And then will continue once they graduate undergrad into the master's program in the 1 year. Those are our BA MIAs and BA MPPs. It's a great resource for things on campus because they've been here. Our Masters of International Affairs, our MIA, is our longest degree program, over 35 years for the history of the school. Masters of Public Policy started back in about 19, I believe. And your cohort is the first to be distinguished as a STEM MPP, which means you get additional OPT time if you are an international student. There's one caveat. Your job must also be in a STEM field as well. So do keep that in mind, and we'll emphasize that continuously throughout your program so that you can ensure that you can utilize your STEM extension. Our smallest degree program is our MCPA, Masters of Chinese Economics and Public Affairs, usually less than 15 students, and they must be near fluent in Mandarin to be admitted into the program. We have a 1-year Master's of Advanced Studies in International Affairs, MASIA. Most of the individuals in there have 7 to 10 years or more of work experience and tend to go back to their employer after their degree. So, welcome everyone, but this is who's sitting next to you. What we will cover during career orientation. The first is a series of videos that everyone will watch. So introductions, resources, resource library, uh, GPS careers, how to build your resume in our template, and then Quincia, our AI tool. And then for your classmates that are in person, they will have 3 3-hour sessions live where you will continue to watch the videos for them. And so the second series is LinkedIn, social media, pitch, and then having alums come and talk about personal branding. The next is how do you build your search? Who are the employers? How do you have career conversations to build your network? And then the last one, finding job descriptions and then being able to write the cover letters to apply to those jobs. And then the tell me about yourself. You'll get that typically as part of your interview. It's also as you introduce yourself in networking events and sometimes even relates to your cover letter as well. And so each one of those is to help you finish out career orientation where you will have your resume will be hopefully 99% finished. You'll have a cover letter, you'll have a LinkedIn profile, you'll have met with a career coach as well, whether that be Laura or myself. There are optional sessions, little harder on the International Student Success Series. If you're an international student, we're going to try to get these recorded for you. So if you're an international student on an F1 or J1 visa, there'll be sessions on Wednesdays for you throughout prep. If you are a U.S. citizen or permanent resident and interested in working for the government, whether it be state, local, or federal. Wednesdays, we will also have sessions. I do have those recorded, or I will be recording them live uh, so that you can keep along if those are things that you're interested in. So a little bit about the career and professional development's goals and philosophies for you. This series of workshops is really done to set you up for success so that you can find the internships and jobs of interest to you. Career searching is a life skill. You know, while I may have been at the university for 20 years, I've had to apply to jobs within the university. And so having you have a foundation so that you can job search successfully throughout your career. We find this as a partnership across GPS. You should be talking to faculty about your interest, alumni, your fellow classmates. Many of you have had careers before coming here and want to share that wisdom with your cohort that might be interested in your former employers. The process is not easy. It does not happen overnight. This finding an internship and a job can take 6 to 9 months if you're actively connecting and having conversations with employers and colleagues to learn. And if you stay organized and you start early, finding that internship and job will be there for you. But waiting until the last minute does have its challenges. So the most successful are the ones that are already getting on the process now. A little bit about AI policies. We follow the UC San Diego guidelines for that. So that includes resumes and cover letters. So please make sure you are adhering to AI policies. Once you get a job or an internship, you'll need to follow your employer's AI policies. In the classroom, you need to follow those of the instructor as well as our academic integrity. If you have questions, please we've got links here. You can go through and read and look at that. But be aware that we are very cognizant of the use of AI in the career world and creating resumes and cover letters. We do not want them to be cookie cutters, so we really would like you to use it as a tool, but also make sure that you're reading the content to make sure it's in your voice. We are a professional school and therefore like to, hold you to those standards. So we're hoping that you are dressing professionally in the classroom so that when you leave the classroom, you can easily come in to an employer session and be professional. When you register for an event, you should be attending it. People plan for that. Employers will call us and say, okay, I'd like to order food. How many students are coming? And we will use your RSVPs to determine that. And so it looks really bad if 10 of you have RSVP'd and only two show up. Because you are representing UCSD, you are representing GPS, you're representing your cohort. And so, what reflects on you reflects on the others in the classroom. So do keep that in mind. You will have to sign a professional expectations and acknowledge that you will show up and be present and dress professionally in all matters of your time here at GPS. So what does professionalism look like? They're on the screen. These were from outreach trips that we did, that we do every year. In this case, these are in Washington, D.C., where they very much still wear suits to work. And so we've got a great group of good-looking GPSers, both first and second years, and their interest in working professionally. So we are looking for you to wear suits, smart dressed outfits, um, no jogging shoes. We do have a closet of professional dress, so if you need to borrow something, you can. We will pull that out for your professional photos that we will do during your time here during career orientation and the first day of school. We will give you name tags as well, so we are looking for you to wear that so people know who you are. When in doubt of what to wear, come and ask any one of us on the team, and we're happy to give our input and give you any suggestions. So here's a quote from an alum that we received. I can say these things to you, but it's always better when an alum points things out. I'm going to go ahead and read it for those of you that need it. I'm happy to mentor students. However, I don't have time to take someone on who does not even have the basic business skills to write a good cover letter. Please make sure students understand that even the most supportive alumni will get annoyed if sent a super casual email from a student who just expects help and isn't making any efforts. I find that this is a common mistake and it really lacks professionalism. Even at GPS, I remember referring a classmate to my old boss, and the classmate wrote an email saying, "What's up, dude?" As basic as it sounds, students need to be reminded of how to act professionally. So again, we're a professional school. Everything that you do is a reflection of you and making sure that you are putting your best foot forward. So please see Laura when you have questions about whether an email is appropriate. Amber can look at those. Any one of us really can. But we do want to make sure that everything looks really good. Also, alums are happy to make referrals for you if they know you. If you email an alum and say, "Can you please refer me for this job?" They're going to go, "Who are you?" So making advanced connections and making sure that you're a good fit for that organization because them referring you is a reflection of them. And they want to make sure that you're a good fit for the organization. So continuously think of professionalism. Here's another quote from an alum. "I'm writing because I have a suggestion for career orientation during prep. I remember you being really good about reminding us to send thank you notes after interviews. Could you also encourage students to acknowledge that they received a message? I have several instances this year of students reaching out for advice on classes or internships. And after writing them with advice and information they asked for, there was no reply. Sometimes these exchanges were on LinkedIn, so I could see they read the message, but were not able to muster themselves to write back a simple thank you. So, much like the previous quote, thank yous go a long way to helping you throughout your internship and job search. So, what do you plan to do with your new degree? Your MIA, MPP, MCPA, MAS? We want to hear from you as to what do you plan to do? What do you want to get out of your program and go off in the world and do? Couple of things about how we talk about employers and some of their challenges. Private sector employers is typically your multinational companies, your startups. They offer internships. Your consulting firms tend to pay fairly well. Tends to also be where you'll see a lot of your data analysis positions. International students tend to lean towards the private sector employers with the hopes of using the OPT and then hopefully converting over to an H-1B work visa. So this is open to, all degrees, all levels. U.S. public sector is for U.S. citizens and permanent residents only, and that's typically due to a security clearance. Having foreigners work for the government is usually a challenge. If you're going on the federal government side, you will have to do a security clearance in most cases. And a lot of people typically have leaned towards the public sector as stable. State government, local government fall under that. Nonprofit organizations are always looking for individuals to help. So again, much like Laura working, volunteering with Surfrider, opportunities during the year. During the summer, summer internships often are unpaid. We do have some funding here at GPS to offset that. Multilateral organizations have become very competitive in the last 5 to 10 years. You're talking about the World Bank, your UNs, your NATOs, organizations that your country must be a member of for you to be able to work at. Think tanks are great for those of you that are interested in research and maybe even a potential um, PhD, and they do pay. Most think tanks are based in Washington, D.C. here in the US. There's a few scattered elsewhere, and we can provide you more details of that. But if you are looking for the summer internships, they are posting them in January and February. The World Bank for the multilaterals will typically open in December, so you do want to pay attention to that. Nonprofits, you can wait. Those tend to be a little later, so February, March, April. Your US government, some are posting them now because of security clearances. Your large private sector employers are already posting summer internships. In some cases, some may have even closed. So do pay attention if you're interested in large multinational consulting product companies. And we will have panels and workshops and all sorts of things on all of these different areas throughout the school year. So I love this quote. This was from a student who had been talking to their mother, and great advice. Thank you so much for your advice. It was really helpful. I keep pushing. One thing my mom usually tells me is that even if I get 100 rejections, that might mean that there are 100 to 150 students my age who've had a better day than me. So thinking this way has made me hold on to my mojo. So hold on to your mojo. Rejections are part of life. Nobody likes them. But if you're working with us, we'll try to minimize that. Increasing your conversations so that you can increase your network, which increases your chance to find an internship and job that you're really interested in. If you're just applying with the easy apply button, you may not get very far. And you'll be frustrated and you'll be the one in the office saying, but I've applied to 100 things, but are they 100 quality things? And so we want to work with you to make sure that you're putting the quality applications in there. So, to-do list. What do you need to have done by September 4th? For those in person, that will be the first in-person day. So we want to make sure you have everything ready to go. So you'll want to watch the series of videos that we have for you. First, walking through the GPS careers so you know where everything is. Then there's the resume video that you'll need to watch. And while you're watching that, you'll want to download the template and start to put your resume in that template. You must use our template as your first resume so that we can ensure that it meets applicant tracking system standards and it's a good quality resume. If you upload your resume into the system that's not in our template as the first one, it will be rejected and we will ask for you to put it in the template. So please just start the template. We have the video on Quincia. It's an AI tool. It will look at your resume as if it's in an applicant tracking system that's being read by a computer, and it will provide you feedback and a score for that. So you'll want to watch the video, then upload your resume into Quincia, make its edits. If you have any questions on its feedback, that's fine. You can ask those during your preliminary career coaching appointment. Once you've done all of that, you can make a resume appointment. We'll open up the site on August 21st. When you make that appointment, upload your resume into the appointment in a Word version within the template. So again, the template must be used, Word version. Name your resume file so that when we download it, it's consistent and we can easily relocate it. And you want to do this with all of your resumes, and you don't want to just sit there and say resume, because if I'm an employer and I'm downloading 10 resumes and they all say resume as the file name, I don't know whose is whose, and I get frustrated and I may not continue looking at those resumes. So last name, first name is always a great etiquette to be able to do. And in the coaching appointment, when you go to make it, you will be asked what your Quincia score is. If we don't have these things, we will cancel your student appointment. And then you'll have to wait till everything's available. You'll be making appointments with Laura or I, depending on your career interest. I am primarily focused on the government careers. So any student that already knows that they want to go federal, state, or local government within the US, you will want to make an initial appointment with me so we can start to have those conversations. But I'm happy to coach. I've worked across all the different sectors, so happy to coach and talk to anybody else. But start with Laura. And if you can't find an appointment on Laura's schedule, jump on mine. We'll look forward to meeting with you. We would like everyone to have an appointment before school starts, is our goal. So we want to see every single one of you before school starts. So there's your orientation about the Career and Professional Development Center. I hope that was helpful, giving you a little bit of ideas of how we function and who we are. Please come and see us. Our doors are open for you at any time. If we don't see you, we don't know if you have questions or anything that's concerning to you, or, can we celebrate? You already have an internship. We love that. So being downstairs in building 3, where you're hopefully studying and interacting and coming to events, the more we see you, the more we can be helpful and sit there and say, hey, did you see that? Or have you done this? How did that go? And we can do a lot more follow-up if you're around and seeing us. So we look forward to getting to know you over the next 2 years and celebrating all of your successes. Thank you.